Good morning. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Happy Wednesday. Today Wednesday? Today is Wednesday. Today is Wednesday at the Branson RV Park in gloomy, wet, and saturated Branson, Missouri. Gwen. Good morning, Gwen. I'm so glad that you're on, Gwen. I haven't seen you in a while. Luckily in winters, southwest Missouri, we have those hit or miss kind of winters. In South Dakota, where I'm from, winter's winter. Winter's just mean. I mean, winter is I have comparisons. I say winters in South Dakota, where I'm from, are big fat a-holes. When you're in southwest Missouri, winter's more of a B word. You know, there's kind of like, it's just kind of stingy and just wet and just bitey, real bitey. But winters up north are real dry and harsh. I don't know if we've had any snow this year. We had snow last year and the year before, but we have not had any snow in Branson this year, which is what I'm used to in this area. We're used to. Hey, Tammy. Tammy, I uploaded a new video. It's in this link. I want you to look at it and tell me if it's blurry. Tammy's helping me go through the course right now, and we're trying to get it all squared away so when you all get on there, everything is fixed and it's to the best of our knowledge and quality is good and no misspelled words, things like that, because as you know, I have a master's degree and I've written several papers. Sometimes things get missed and it's hard to catch everything, but Tammy's very good at helping me with that. Let's see. Okay, you can't watch now, Gwen. All right, Gwen, come back and watch this later. So I just wanted to talk about something about how is it we can eat what we deemed healthy foods and still wake up feeling bloated. And I will tell you, because this happened to me, well, today. So yesterday I was on shift and we actually had a couple fires. Well, one of them was a fire. It's like a telephone caught on fire. It was a vacant office area, and the sprinkler heads did their job, which was great. So we went in. I went in there with my captain, and we deemed the area clear with our 5-gas meter to make sure there was nothing else hidden in the walls and the ceilings and everything. So we had that. Well, that said, my captain decided it was getting late in the day. We didn't eat lunch till like 2:30. That he was going to make dinner. So he asked everyone what we wanted. I said, I don't care, you know, whatever. So he decided he wanted to make a white bean chili, which is fine. I love chili. I love white beans and everything. But, you know, how is it that I could have this healthy white bean chili chicken and still wake up feeling bloated and just icky? Well, I'll tell you why. Because the beans that we bought, because we all split the cost, was in a can, and the can was not BPA free, so the can liner had preservatives in it. The chicken was already cooked by the grocery store. It wasn't Walmart. It was a local store that's in our district. And so I don't know how they cooked it. It was in a plastic bag, which I'm not a fan of that either, because who knows with the heat what was being drawn out of that bag. So we had that. We had shredded cheese, because nobody shreds cheese at work, except for me. What else was in there? The taco seasoning was stuff in it that was the wrong salt right off the bat. And then, I mean, I can't verify that any of the other seasonings were of any quality. I just know that they were cheap. And then the corn chips that were ate were the cheap ones that were cooked in vegetable oil and canola oil. So here we are, and you know, you can talk to anybody on my shift and they will tell you a different version of healthy. But I will tell you that none of that was good for my body, because I know what was in the preservatives that were in the can, that were in the beans, that was in the chicken, that was in the chips, that was in the cheese, and everything else. So I feel bloated this morning. I don't feel right this morning. So my favorite person made me a fancy coffee to help me. Don made a coffee. He's got some cacao in it full of antioxidants, and he put some good organic butter in there. What else do you put in there? You put in salt,
Coconut oil.
He put in some coconut oil, and then he blended it up for me. And he's playing around with some recipes. So he's fasting, so he doesn't want to have any calories on his taste tester this morning. So this has already made me feel better. But I woke up this morning with foggy head, bloated, and I don't feel right, you know, and that's just kind of how that goes. So I made a video. This is the second video that I've made. The first, these will both be in the program, but I wanted to talk about more about label reading and things like that. So, you know, when I run across this, there's things that people will want that will listen, and then there's other people that just are not going to listen. So, you know, I do the best that I can to leverage myself. You know, I can't control everything, especially at work with food. If the only way I can absolutely control it is if I just tell everybody, all right, I'm cooking, nobody else is cooking. But it doesn't work that way because the other guys like to cook too. So anyway, the other thing we learned, so our dog Jake is probably
95.
Ha! Don says he's 90. In dog years, he's probably 95. But he's probably 11 or 12 years old right now, and he's a lab, and he's a Pyrenees, and he's our baby. He's my baby, at least. I remember getting him from the pound. He's a dog that I wanted at the time. I was 30, and I was like, you know what? I want a dog that can swim, that can hike, that can travel in my truck, be like my buddy, like be this dog. And I want him to be like 40 to 50 pounds. So we go to the pound. My friend Shannon went with me. Shannon Scott, her husband is Mike Scott. He's the sports reporter up there in Springfield for KY3 and KSBR. But anyway, Shannon went with me, and we found Jake. And there was another couple standing there looking, and they had picked him up. And there were two, no, he was the only one in there. So this couple picked him up and were holding him, and Shannon was looking at the couple watching them, and I said, they have our dog. They have my dog. And the couple put him down. Shannon ran over there, picked him up, and said, yep, he's ours. so that's how Jake came to be. And Jake wound up, had a brother. They were both abandoned in a house. So the home, or the animal shelter said, Humane Society said that the one worker that was telling us about Jake, she took his brother, and then we took Jake home. And Jake ended up being not 40 or 50 pounds. The heaviest he's ever been is 120. So he's a Pyrenees lab and retriever mix. He's 120 pounds. He can't swim. Don's had to save him once from drowning. My friend Tina had to save him once from drowning when he was 6 months old because he can't swim. So we have a huge life jacket for him. He throws up in the truck, so he doesn't ride well. So he became like all these opposite things that I was wanting, but he is the sweetest boy ever. He's Don's best buddy. They walk every day, and he's got arthritis bad. He's great and everything, but we've got him over on some Gentle Giant dog food, which is organic for dogs. But that said, we've noticed that Jake in the last few days hadn't been his normal peppy self. He struggles to get up, and he just, like, at one point I opened the door to make sure he was still breathing, because he didn't look like he was breathing laying out on his pillow. And I can usually tell when he's breathing because he breathes from his belly, but I couldn't tell. So I opened the door and he perked up, but he just didn't look right. So we were thinking that maybe he was getting too many carbs. And so Don took some organic butter and he melted it and he put it over his dog food. And Jake's kind of a picky eater anyway, but Jake ate it right up. We watched him eat it up. And while I was at work yesterday, Don said that helped him so much. You said he perked up real good. And
yeah, I've been giving him butter for about 4 days.
He's been giving him some butter for about 4 days, and he said his energy was way up, and he was having to tell Jake to get back. You know, he was wanting to take off and stuff. But it even affects our animals. I mean, not just us, but I mean, I know Jake's had some carbs because he finds stuff while we're out, and we're bad about giving him bread sometimes because he loves bread and he loves crackers. So, and even his dog food has carbs in it too. So, I mean, I'm not saying all carbs are bad, but he wasn't getting the right ones. And so even he has seen changes, you know, in his diet. And, you know, we want him as long as we can have him, but we want him to be as healthy as he can be for the long haul. So we've been kind of playing around with that, but he's gotten that good fat in his diet, and he's perked him up a lot. So I'm just waiting for the sun to come back outside, which I don't know if it'll come out today, but anyway, I like walking in. Dawn will walk him in the rain. Dawn's real good about walking him whenever, wherever. You know, I take him, you know, with me. I go down to the lake and stuff, but Dawn walks him more than I do because I get tired. I get tired from work and I get tired from working out, and I'll walk him short walks, but Dawn will take him on like 2-mile walk. So that said, I want you guys to check out the video I loaded. I want you guys to start thinking about when you go to the grocery store and you're looking at labels, reading between the lines. And I'm just going to keep teaching you as much as I can, because we're never going to be perfect at this. We're never going to be 100%, but we can absolutely positively leverage ourselves above the packaging, above the marketing, above the fancy words that they say, which, you know, is just a manipulative system. And it is really hard to crack the code on some of these things. You'll see in the video. So I want you to check it out and just know that, you know, look at what you're doing now. So, I mean, like I said, here we ate yesterday what we deemed a healthy chili. And the concept was healthy, absolutely. But the ingredients were not doing any favors for our hormones, our body. It just threw everything into a mass confusion. So now, you know, today I'm going to do everything I can to get it to kind of sift through quicker and get back on my schedule, of course. And what we're going to eat today is Don's been making homemade bone broth out of chicken. So he ate the chicken, saved the bones, and he's made a homemade broth that he's got seasonings in it, and he basically has cooked the chicken bones. Are the chicken bones disintegrated yet, or are they still? No, it's just pulling. It's pulling in the little rice cooker thing that he's got. It's pulling the collagen out of the bones, which that collagen is what will repair your cells. It strengthens your bones. It repairs muscles. It anti-ages your skin. It's the stuff that people are shoving in pills that's synthetic. This is natural. So we're going to make a soup out of it. Don's going to do that. And so that's what we're going to have today. And that's just another way to leverage yourself. If you want a good soup, you want extra collagen, you can do that with any bone. You can do it with a steak bone. You can do it with chicken bones. Don's done it with squirrel bones because it's actually good. But he makes a broth with a bunch of seasonings in it and spices, and then, I mean, we drink it. It's part of our soup base. So that's just ways to do it. So anyway, I hope you guys all have a good day. I am still working diligently to get this squared away. It's like the content's there, but we're just editing everything to make it load properly. The audio's good, the video's good, spell check is good, and just making sure it makes sense. So when you're in there, you're not confused. So that's the deal there. So anyway, I hope you guys have a great day, and I will talk to you guys later.